just a nightmare for the royal family. It seems so unfair on the poor Queen. What a year she's had, and now she's got to contend with this. Obviously, Prince Andrew has to go to America and face up to these charges. The idea that he and the people around him think that it's just sort of going to go away is mad. The American prosecutors, and Virginia Giuffre herself, clearly and rightly, aren't just going to let go of this. So the longer Andrew drags it out, the worse it gets for him and his family and the country, really. It's just so embarrassing.
He's of course, Prince Andrew's consistently denied Miss Giuffre's claims, but then it's almost as if you're right, if he has to go, the Queen has to do something, but that means her getting involved.
Well, why does the Queen need to do something?
Well, he's in the palace, right? So she's got to say, look, you need to head over there.
Well, he's an adult. He should be able to make up his own mind. And, I agree with Olivia on this. I mean, yes, it is a nightmare, but it's largely a nightmare for the young women who were clearly abused by Jeffrey Epstein. And I don't know the truth of what happened in relation to Prince Andrew, but to provide some closure and some justice for those young women. I think it's right for anybody who was in Jeffrey Epstein's orbit, as much as Prince Andrew was, to answer questions and to front up to what did and, if it didn't, what didn't happen.
And go over there?
And, if necessary, go over there. I mean, I think
he may not
part
come
of the
back.
problem is,
He genuinely may not come back.
well, if there are reasons why he shouldn't come back, well then, that is justice. But I think part of the problem is certainly Virginia Giuffre and some of the people representing some of the other young women involved say the problem is that he's stonewalled and hasn't answered questions when he's been asked to answer them.
And this is civil at the moment, so it's not a case of the police arresting him. That may come at a separate time. But I suppose if you're one of Andrew's friends, I mean, I don't know how many there are, they might say Anza Koulis. They might say the woman who drove the car that killed the young lad near the military base has never come over here for justice. So why should he go over there?
Well, she should have done as well. So I don't think that's particularly great line, if that's what Andrew's friends would say. I think the main thing is really just the fact that it's not disappearing, and also the fact that he is a member of the royal family, the fact that he has so much privilege. It's just, you've got to face up to these charges when they're so serious and when they're going to blight this woman's life forever.
But and I appreciate you say it's nothing to do with the Queen. If you had a fugitive living in your house, you would be responsible for that. Now you can read across, can't you, and say, you've got, surely by staying in the royal family in London, he does implicate the Queen.
I think he absolutely does, and that's why I think that he just has to go himself, and the fact that he doesn't sort of shows real awful sort of disrespect for his mother and the Queen, that he doesn't see that he's dragging her into this and putting her into a really, really awkward position. And as Jackie said, he's an adult. He's not just an adult. He's a 65-year-old man or something. He really should be facing up to this himself, obviously, not bring his 95-year-old mum into it.